What's up, everybody? I'm super pumped for this unboxing and review of my favorite new Fender, the Float Life Fender. I love this Fender so much, I'm going to do a giveaway as part of this review. So stick around till the end and I will explain to you how you can enter for a chance to win a free, brand new Float Life Fender. So if any of you have seen my previous videos, you'll know that our family owns two Onewheels, a Onewheel Plus and a Onewheel XR. Here I am with the Onewheel Plus. Both were purchased used and came with stock Fenders. If you're interested in learning how to buy a used Onewheel, check out my website, oneradwheel.com, and I have an article there on how to buy a used Onewheel. So, you can see here I have the brand new Float Life Fender installed. In just a little bit I'll show you the installation process, but you can see there's no rubbing of the stock Vega tire onto the Fender. I like this Fender. Well, I like Fenders in general because it keeps my board clean, it keeps my pants and my shoes clean, and I like to ride on trails, and I find that without the Fender, my shoes often fill up with small rocks and my shoes get dirty. In addition, living here in Colorado, the weather can be very unpredictable. I can go out for a ride and it'll be sunny and look great outside one minute, and then the next minute I'll be caught in a rain and hailstorm. And so having the Fender keeps my legs dry and free from mud. So here I am doing an unboxing of this Fender. First I'm showing some goodies that the Float Life sent me. Got some stickers here, got that koozie to keep my beverage cold or hot as I ride, got some stickers, bought some extra thumb screws, and so that was nice. And now I'm going to take off the stock Fender. So one of the major inconveniences of the Fender is that while it does protect you, your feet and your legs from debris, it can get pretty messy on the inside. Debris and sticks, leaves can get caught under the Fender, making some funny noises. There I'm trying to figure out which hex wrench to use. So with the stock Fender, it is inconvenient to have a hex wrench, the right hex wrench, to take off the screws and to remove the Fender if ever you want to clean the underside of the Fender. And so here I am removing the Fender. You'll also know that if you saw my other video on how to travel with the Onewheel, we went to New York and the Onewheel wouldn't fit in my backpack with the Fender on, so I had to take off the Fender and go Fenderless. I had to go bareback throughout New York, which was fine. There is the tube that the Fender came in first class mail. It's a good looking tube, and a tube that you should keep because that's how you can transport the Fender and store the Fender when you're not using it. It comes with this very durable sheet of plastic, which is the Fender, and because it's been rolled up in that tube for so long, if you watch the video by Jeff McCosker, he tells you to kind of reverse roll it to flatten it out. And then you need to bend these tabs 90 degrees, bend it to about a right angle. There's a little lip after you bend it, and that'll help to protect your board. It's a nice little touch there by the folks at the Float Life. The screws themselves are these white nylon screws, at least the ones that I got. And it's nice because they sent me 5. I bought an extra set anyway. Here's a picture of new screws that will be shipping out with the Fender. They're the black ones. They are made of a nylon material just like the white ones. And the reason for switching to the black ones is because they have a lower profile. Also, with the black color, they won't stand out as much as these white screws will. They'll be less conspicuous. So these screws are nice. They're made of nylon. They feel really comfortable. They're very easy to screw on. No hex wrench needed. All you need are your thumbs, which makes it really easy to put on and take off out in the field. I think the hardest part was just having to remember righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Other than that, it is a super easy process. So a lot of thinking has gone into this simple design float life fender. Some may want metal screws, metal thumb screws, but I like the nylon screws because it'll secure it tight enough, but not so tight that if you were to get in a wreck, that a sheer force, if there's enough force put onto that fender, it's going to rip at the weakest point, which should be the screws. And I'd rather have stripped nylon screws to replace than a torn fender. And so that's my opinion. But the screws are nice, and again, they're white so they stand out. But the new fenders will probably be shipping with the black screws. And you can see there, with no manipulation after installation, you can see that there is perfect clearance above the stock Vega tire. There's no rubbing. You can see how that lip kind of dives down, and that'll help prevent water, mud, dust from creeping in under the fender onto your board. And there you can see the screws attaching the fender to the Onewheel. So I love the fact that it looks so simple. I also like the fact that, as opposed to the stock fender, this fender doesn't have the tapered edges that kind of shape down around the wheel. There are many times when I get debris, like sticks and leaves, that get caught under my stock fender, and I'm pretty sure it's because of that kind of tapered design. Here, since it's a more open design, you have the thin waist of the fender directly at the top of the wheel, but because it's more open, I think debris can find its way out more easily than with the stock fender. And it just looks good. And so here I am giving it a test, seeing how durable it is. Tried to go up some steep hills, and did a couple falls, did some roll tests with this brand new fender, quickly got rid of that brand new sheen on the fender. And so it held up like a champ. There were no problems, the screws didn't loosen, the fender didn't come off. You know, it's a durable piece of plastic. Pretty simple. So after about 20 miles with this new fender, mostly on roads, but also on some dirt and gravel trails, I can say that this is my fender of choice. If I needed to buy a fender today, I would not get the stock fender for $85, but instead I would get the Float Life fender, which is significantly cheaper and does just as good of a job at keeping my board clean and my shoes and legs clean from rocks and dust. I think it looks great. It's very easy to install. No tools needed to install or to remove it. It's easy to carry in the tube in my backpack, so on our next trip I'll be able to have the fender in my backpack with my Onewheel. And it's, you know, as I said, it's a lot less expensive than the stock fender. I guess if I were to nitpick and find some downsides, it is louder than my sound-treated fender, and if you want to learn how to treat your fender so that it can be more quiet, you can watch one of my other videos on how to reduce Onewheel fender noise. But compared to my stock fender, the noise level is about the same. It's just a different type of noise, which kind of surprised me at first. I wasn't sure what was going on, but when you run over debris, the sound is definitely different. If you'd like to win one of these Fenders, you can enter into this giveaway. There are 2 ways. Number 1, like and comment this video with the hashtag FloatLife. And number 2, subscribe to my channel. Do those 2 things and that'll give you a better chance at winning this Fender. The competition will go for 1 week, and next Thursday I will contact and announce the winner. Well, actually, let's make this winners. Let's make this plural. So first place will get a Fender, second place will get a Float Life koozie with some stickers and a pin. All right? So make sure to like and comment with hashtag FloatLife, and then subscribe to my channel. In conclusion, I highly recommend this Fender if you're in the market for a Fender. It's portable, it's durable, and it's very convenient to put on and to remove. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.